What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Legal Score. I am your host, Sonja Pearson. I hope everyone is having an amazing April 1st. We are now in the fourth month, 4/1/26. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to all of my new subscribers on YouTube as well as on all social medias. Make sure you come on and say hello. Shout out to Pink Fan Fur, the realest real creator out there, my promo team, and of course Brian B.A. Arndt, the producer behind what you see here. Yeah, guys. So first of all, let's start with this. Who all got April Fool today? So I didn't do it. This is probably the first year, honestly, that I didn't do it. I'm such a prankster. I'm known to kind of like always do it. So I think people would kind of already know. I can't even, it has to be on a non-scheduled day. So it has to be on a day that everybody's not already aware that people are pranking everybody. So sorry, I had to get rid of that cough drop, y'all. I just couldn't do it. With that being said, let's get into some sports news. I'll get to my hat in just a minute. I don't want nobody on here talking about my team. I'm still Duke all day, every day. But honestly, thanks to everybody for coming on. Now, tonight we are officially in a full month, so I'll be talking about not only sports news and things going on around our country, but also a little bit of my journey into law school because I know a lot of people have been interested in that. And so, come in, tell me where you're watching from. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello to you, Kat. What's going on? Hi. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight. And hello to Love. Thank you so much, Love. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me know where you're watching from. All right, guys, we have a lot going on. I'm talking about all sports tonight, not just football. So let's get started, guys. We got an hour of fun, and here we are. So we're not here for any feel good synopsis. Sometimes those non-feel good moments actually apply to me. And so, unfortunately, this is one of the nights that's going to happen. The Elite Eight breakdown. Let's start with that March Madness. Next weekend, this weekend coming up upon us is the Final Four. Let's look at the women's Elite Eight. South Carolina beat TCU 78-52. There's no stopping Coach Staley, and I hope this year she goes all the way and gets the championship. Scoring leader was Joyce Edwards, 24 points, 12 rebounds. Egalt McKeer added 18 points off the bench to solidify that win. Rebound margin, South Carolina dominated the glass, y'all, 52-24, almost double TCU. They turned 22 offensive rebounds into points, 21 to be exact, second chance scorers. And TCU was held to only 33.3% shooting from the field. All right, Kat. Kat says she is watching from Florida. Thank you so much, Kat. I hope the weather's beautiful down there. And thank you, Love, for saying you love my show. I really appreciate it. Hope you all share this live. The next game was Texas. And so, of course, South Carolina advances to the Final Four this weekend. Number one, Texas beats Michigan. We're talking about the women's Elite Eight. Texas 77, Michigan 41. Scoring leader was Jordan Lee, 18 points, and Madison Booker right behind her, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Texas forced 24 Michigan turnovers, you guys, and that turned into 26 additional points for them. Michigan was held to a dismal 16 points the entire first half. And you absolutely cannot win a game when you are held to barely double digits the entire half. UCLA, number one team versus number 8 Duke women's. Both Duke teams go down in the last matchup. UCLA 70, Duke 8, the number 8 position 58. UCLA's balanced attack overcame Duke's Taina Mayer, who put up 21 points by herself, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. Just was not enough. The third quarter, UCLA outscored Duke 20-8, y'all. I'm talking about like Duke was just gone. They were gone home. Duke's 3 of 19 shooting from the deep was the nail in the coffin. I'm talking about 19 attempts and only 3 of them made. Absolutely horrific. The next game, UConn The Lady Huskies continue to stay in there, and this is going to be a matchup you do not want to miss in the Final Four. UConn, another number one seed, 70, and number 6, Notre Dame, 52 points. Scoring leader Sarah Strong, 21 points, and freshman Bianca Quilvanez, 20 points. She's definitely putting up points early on to be new to the team. UConn jumped out to a 2011 first quarter lead, and they never looked back. Notre Dame's Hannah Hidalgo was actually held to only 9 points in the half. You guys remember her from the previous game. She had that nail biter there and actually put up 3 and broke NCAA records as being the first rookie to be a triple-double, but not in this case. Moving on. The men's matchups. Let's talk about it. Let's go ahead and get my team out of the way. I'm absolutely stunned. I have literally been unable to talk about this game. I felt all types of emotions. I'm going to be honest. I was shocked. Then I went into like, wait a minute, this did not happen. This has got to be an early April Fool's. Then I went into anger. Then I was just sad. And up until this point, this is the first real conversation I've had about that game. I've had like a little comment here and there, but I have not made too much comment to anybody because it is absolutely painful. Hello, Amira Sigma. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for saying hello. Guys, 1 point. Isaiah Evans was the leader for Duke, 25 points, and Cameron Boozer. You guys know the Boozer brothers, Caden and Cameron, 22 points for Cameron, 10 rebounds. 10 seconds left on the clock, y'all. It's the end of the game. First and foremost, Duke has led this game the entire game, up to the point of having a 19-point lead at one point. And I'm in a group chat. I went ahead and put a blue heart, white heart. Hey, why is nobody talking about my guys? We're clearly doing it. Should have held it. Should have just waited. Should have known. Should have just not done it. You have 10 seconds left on the clock. You're up by 2 points. All you need to do is inbound and hold the ball. And I know a lot of people would disagree with me on this. Inbound, hold the ball. Clock runs out. You win the game. You're done. Duke had been scaring me the entire playoffs. Started with Siena. Let them come within 5. Almost lost the game. Then they did this tit for tat with every team in the playoffs. Everyone felt like at some point they were going to face their match. UConn was it. But when I saw that they pulled ahead and led the entire game, I was like, okay, this is the team that I'm looking for. I forgot to put up my banner. Sorry, guys. This is the team I'm looking for. Here we are. Yes. And then you inbound. And Caden Boozer, you decide you don't want to just inbound it. You want to go ahead and pass it over the halfway court and get it in your own territory. Like you just want to keep it moving. Why? I don't think I'm going to ever get over that loss. It's going to be a long time. So in your trying to execute and get it past half court and out of UConn territory, you turn the ball over to none other than Alex Caravan, who immediately tips the ball and not even at the three-point line, guys. He's almost at half court. This dude throws the ball up on the buzzer, and it goes in on the buzzer, and it counts for a 3, and Duke loses. Number 1 Duke, who's been number 1 the entire season, had only lost 2 games the entire season, had just got by St. John. And everybody thought that was going to be the game that they really had faced their match at Rick Pitino. They got it done. And I thought the hurdle was over. And I was wrong. Duke committed only 13 fouls. A lot of the points that Duke got were free throws in the first half because UConn just kept fouling, But then in the second half, the roles reversed. UConn went on a 22-15 run in the closing minutes. And Duke is at home. Moving on. Number 3, Illinois does defeat the 1 seed that no one felt was going to stay in this long, and that is number 11, VCU, the team that toppled Carolina's dreams in the first matchup way back when there were 16 teams. Down goes VCU, finally, by Illinois. Number 3, 71-55. Kasparas Jokusionis for Illinois, leader, 19 points, 7 assists. Physicality was what it came down to. VCU finally ran out of stamina. They've been playing all these number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 teams. Hadn't gotten number 1 yet. And they finally met their match. They ran out of gas. So, Illinois dominated the entire second half. 12-0 second half run and braked the whole thing, and VCU's press was a wrap. Number 1 in their conference, Michigan, 95 over number 9 St. Louis, 72. Yaxel Lindenborg, 24 points, 11 rebounds. Michigan had 5 players in double figures, guys. Yaxel just happened to be the leader. A 19-0 run in the first half actually solidified them far in advance that there was no coming back for St. Louis. This ended the game before it even got to the half. Let's be clear on this one. It was not a game anymore. Arizona, who some pundits have picked to win it all. I've seen some mock brackets before I picked Duke, and I kept seeing Arizona predicted to win it all. Number 1, Arizona, 92 over number 2, Iowa State, 73. KJ Lewis, 22.6 rebounds. Arizona's pace was what transitioned this game. This offense matchup between both of them generated a 24 fast break points that they quickly racked up compared to Iowa State's 4. So we got March Madness going down to the Final Four coming up this weekend, and it's going to be quite a doozy. Let's see. Let me tell you guys who are going to be the teams that are facing each other, because I'm sure that's what you all are interested in. And I'm going to be honest. Once Duke got eliminated, I have mentally and physically checked right on out. But because you all are here and I know you want to know, I guess I wrote it down. I don't even know if I wrote it down or not. If not, okay, yeah, I did. Just kidding. Final Four matchups for this weekend. South Carolina versus UConn. These are the teams you want to see. Number 1 versus number 1. I definitely want to see this. Hi, Danny. How you doing? Okay. I can't wait for UCLA and UConn to go down, Danny. Danny had the nerve to inbox me, my friend here, and say go UCLA and go UConn. Go Huskies and go Bruins. And I'm ready for them to go down. So you got jokes. What time does Duke play? They're playing now, okay? Women's Phoenix, the women's tournament is going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, starting on April 3rd this weekend. South Carolina versus UConn. I just had to plug Danny in there. I'm sorry I missed that. Love you too, my friend. They will be playing this weekend in UCLA. Danny's team is going to be versus number 1 Texas. Texas is gonna go ahead and lasso UCLA up on that. I never had a feeling towards that team until now, and now I'm rooting for Texas. In the men's matchup, April 4th, 4-4, guys. That's Saturday, 404 day. If you're from Atlanta, that's one of our area codes here. It's my area code. It's the Atlanta day. Everybody originally from Atlanta usually does something. Of course, I'm not originally from here, even though I've now lived in Atlanta longer than I've lived anywhere else, including my home area. But I don't do nothing for 404 days. Just, go Atlanta. But the men are playing in Indianapolis, UConn versus Illinois. Now, that's number 2 and number 3. I know people have picked Illinois to win it all, including Keith Engel, one of my friends on one of our other shows. Check him out. He's really good with college sports, and he's usually right. And Keith is pretty even tempered when he talks about sports and things like that. You don't really have him talking a lot of junk about your team unless he's pretty much got the facts to back it up. He's picked Illinois to win it all. And this is going to be the telltale sign because these two matchups will solidify the championship game. The second game, of course, number one Arizona versus number one Michigan. So you've got the winner of both of those games will be your two teams facing each other in the actual championship game. And of course, the matchups between South Carolina and UConn. If South Carolina can execute past UConn, I would pick South Carolina to win it all. Of course, everyone's trying to prohibit UConn from going back to back. The UCLA versus Texas game, do not sleep on that game. Those two ladies teams will face each other as well. Let's see. Danny Fuller says UConn beats South Carolina. UCLA beats Texas. In the men, Illinois beats UConn and Arizona beats Michigan. All right, so let me pin this comment here, Danny, because I want to make sure that we can come back and find this when these games have, shot the last shot. I guess that's what you say about it. But all right, guys. So that's it for March Madness. Let's talk a little bit of NBA right now. Frantic stretch of NBA regular season, guys. A frantic stretch. I mean, this is the time of season that we look at teams that are trying to get themselves together. Atlanta Hawks versus the Orlando Magic. Now, that game, I'm sure, has wrapped up by now, and the Hawks will win. As I was preparing for the show, the last score I had was 89-63. I'm sure it was much past that. The 76ers were defeating the Wizards. Washington Wizards, that game was over 120-103. The Celtics at the Heat at half, the Celtics had almost a 30-point lead on the Miami Heat, 80-57. Oh my goodness. You guys, the Celtics have put up 80 points in the first half. It's incredibly insane. I mean, I don't know if they're going to put up another 80, but I don't think we've ever had a team that scored 160 points by themselves. That is crazy. The Milwaukee Bucks in the second quarter probably advanced to the third by now. Against the Houston Rockets, that was like a couple of scores apart, but they were pretty much neck and neck. The Pacers versus Chicago Bulls, that game was pretty close. I'm sure it's starting the third quarter. You guys can feel free to drop the scores in. I don't have time to check them at the moment. The New York Knicks at the Memphis Grizzlies, that game was advancing towards the third quarter, but it was about a 10-point deficit. Now, some NBA news that you guys are probably interested in knowing. The Spurs' dominance and Wembanyama's growth. San Antonio Spurs are the hottest team right now in the league. Heading into their matchup tonight against the Warriors. They boast a 57-18 record, and they are only on the brink of having a 10-game winning streak. They've already won 9 in a row. Of course, Wembanyama continues to redefine the game, averaging 24.5 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game and 3.1 boards per game. So very, very good stats for him. Stephon Castle has been a great supporting cast member for that team, and he's emerged as a premier floor general, averaging 7.2 assists per game. Y'all, the Warriors, though, they're fighting an uphill battle tonight. ESPN actually has reported earlier today that Steph Curry is officially out again. You know, he's been out for a minute with his knee. And so they're missing him. And this is the time of year that they need him the most. He's joined on the sidelines by Kristaps Porzingis. You guys know him. He's sick tonight. And, of course, Al Horford is also with him with a calf injury. With a record of 36-39, guys, I just don't see the Warriors being able to even make the play-in at this point. Let's see here. Celtics are about to represent the East, and OKC still in the West. Yeah, I guess so. Danny, you might be right. Jay Train, my brother, what's going on? What up now? He said, what's up, girl? Thanks so much for joining me tonight, brother. Can't wait till Friday night. Going to be a really good time Friday night with the fellas. And let me stop right now. Last night, y'all, the BW Review Show. First of all, let me thank all of you who have been watching that show. I looked on one of my YouTube channels and they have over 200 views on one of their shows. And I have personally never had that many on my YouTube. So congratulations to Brian and James. That show last night I was watching, they did a whole Chuck Norris review of some of his movies. I can't remember the name off the rip. The show is fun, engaging, entertaining. A lot of people have watched movies and have actually been able to dialogue with them. They usually tell you the movie they're going to watch for the next show, and they give you about a week to watch it. It's usually 2 movies they're going to do, one in the first half of the hour and another one. But that show is so much fun. So congratulations to them. They come on Tuesday nights. I always get the time wrong. It had to have come on yesterday because when I got home, it was a new episode and I watched it. Yes, Missed It in Action and Sidekicks. J Train, put the time on there. What time you all air so I can give y'all a plug. But everyone seems to love that show. So thank you so much for supporting them. It's definitely growing the network, McGrath Podcast Network. Shout out to Brian Arndt, carrying on our dream of our friend John McGrath, Mac, and his wife Linda McGrath. We have transcended and continue to expand the dream. And so we're delving over into other entertainment segments. And that is one of the reasons why I renamed my show The Legal Score, because towards the end of the show, I'll be talking about some legal news and some things that you all want to find of interest. And sometimes it merges athletes with the law as well. And Danny does agree. Brian and James show last night. The BW Fix is what it's called, guys. It's the Average Movie Critics Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are just learning of that, as soon as my show wraps up, feel free to just come back to my network, and I promise you it's on there. You can watch it. So that is really good. And Danny, thanks for always supporting us. And again, kudos J Train and Brian on that. All right, guys. So let's talk about the 2026 top picks that are the buzz around the NBA draft. Now, ESPN insiders have already released a new poll of 20 league scouts and executives regarding the upcoming draft. The results were Darren Pearson received 12 votes. And J Train says, thanks so much for the love, Danny. For the projected number 1 overall pick, while AJ Dispenza followed with 8 votes. Pearson has been electric, averaging 21.6 points per game, though he has dealt with recent ankle injuries. Let's talk about Luka Doncic coming off a massive March following a brief suspension. He still bounced right on back. 42-point performance, y'all. He want to make sure you know he is still very much relevant. And sometimes these little disciplinary actions do serve as a catalyst for you to be your best self. I mean, it's just what it is. This week, he scored those 42 points, and he kept the Mavericks in the thick of the Western Conference arms race. Now, some interesting transaction and roster news. Toronto Raptors, both Scotty Barnes and Garrett Temple have been cleared and are available for tonight's game against the Sacramento Kings. And Michigan State's Tom Izzo is confirmed as of today that he has had serious discussions about the Phoenix Suns head coaching vacancy last season, influenced by owner Matt Ishbia, though he ultimately chose to remain in East Lansing. So he went ahead and wanted to let you guys know that they were interested in him. And I'm just like, bro, what? Who cares? Who cares? So right now, the rankings for the NBA, the Eastern Conference standings, number 1, Detroit Pistons, 55-21 is their record. Number 2, Boston Celtics, 50-25. Number 3, the New York Knicks, 48-28. And these are as of today. Number 4, Cleveland Cavaliers, 47-29. Number 5, the Atlanta Hawks, 43-33, moving all the way up from normally their 9 or 10 position. Number 6, the Toronto Raptors, 42-33. Number 7, the Philadelphia 76ers, 41-34. They're in the play-in zone. They're the first of the play-in teams. Number 8, the Orlando Magic, 40-35. They're in the play-in zone. Miami Heat also 40-36 now is in the play-in zone at number 9. And I don't know how this happened. My Charlotte Hornets have now slipped to number 10, and they are 40-36, and they are now in the play-in zone like they are every single year. Western Conference standings. Number 1, Oklahoma City Thunder. This is a arms race because the Thunder and the Nuggets are neck and neck, guys. They are 34-7 for the Thunder. And the Nuggets, even though statistically it seems like they're behind them, they're really not. They're number 2, 28-13 behind the Thunder. And then behind them is the San Antonio Spurs in the number 3 position, 27-13. Number 4 is the Timberwolves, Minnesota, that is, 27-14. Number 5, the Lakers, 24-14. Number 6, the Rockets, 23-14. Now, if you want to talk about somebody being on their necks, they're right behind them. And then you start to play in to win series. Phoenix Suns, 24-16. Golden State Warriors at number 8. They are 22-19. Portland Trailblazers are 19-22 at number 9. And the Grizzlies round out at number 10. 17-22. I pretty much can let you know they are not going to be advancing at all. Like Jay Train says, the Lakers have a dark horse shot to get to the Western Conference Finals. And you know what? The Lakers are sitting right in the middle. They're in the number 5. They're in the split. They're almost at that play in and stay, play in and win to stay, play to win to stay in. I never know how it says. But anyway. All right. So we're going to take a quick break here, and coming up, we'll have MLB news. And we're going to be talking a little bit of NFL news as well. And then we'll dive over to our legal segment. Go grab your favorite drink and snack, because I will be right back. All right, guys. And you saw all the shows we have. Thank you so much for the second half of our show here. Listen here, Danny. I'm going to have to get you on the show since you seem to know everything I'm going to talk about. Actually, are we really going to talk about him? I don't know, because it's almost per usual. So, once something happens a couple times, first time, oops, second time, uh-oh, third time, oh, that's just how they are. So that's where I'm thinking about that. But we'll talk about him in just a minute. All right, welcome back to the Legal Score. I am your host, Sonja Pearson. Thank you, and welcome to the second half of our show. We're having a good time tonight, thanks to all of my audience members here, Danny, Jay Train, and all the earlier ladies and gentlemen that were on earlier. Thank you so much for all the comments, likes, and love. This is what keeps me going, especially as I sit here solo dolo. And you guys probably don't remember, I started my show out literally just like this, except I would have papers over here, and it wasn't live. So there was just me talking to basically a teleprompter, to a screen, what have you. And then I would just go back, and that's it. So I'm so grateful now for the opportunity to have an actually engaging audience and to be on this platform. And it's all because of Mac, all because of Mac and Miss Linda, who found me. And here I am. So grateful to that. All right, guys, this is our second week of MLB, and the Atlanta Braves actually just had a clean win against the Oakland Athletics, 5-1. Congratulations to the Braves. The Marlins beat down the Chicago White Sox 10-0. A complete dismantling of the Marlins. I mean, go get them some bath water, let them take a swim. They are out. The Baltimore Orioles and the Texas Rangers. The O's continue their high-scoring ways, 8-3. Orioles getting it done. Absolutely, J-Train. Seattle Mariners 3. New York Yankees 1-5. All right. The Pinstripes took care of business on the road. Arizona Diamondbacks 1, and the Tigers 0. This is a classic pitchers duel in the desert going on right now. Some key roster moves with MLB. Manager Aaron Boone confirmed today that Louis Gill, the 2024 Al Rookie of the Year, is slated to join the big league rotation in mid-April. He'll make one start for AAA, Scranton, Wilkes-Barre before heading to the Bronx. So congratulations to him. Yeah, Danny says he agrees. I agree about Tiger Woods. It's ridiculous. Exactly. I'm gonna say that comment for a minute. The Reds injury update, guys. Left-hander Nick Lodolo is scheduled for rehab to start tomorrow for a single at Daytona. He's looking to return from a blister injury and could rejoin the Reds rotation as early as next week's series in Miami. Okay, I don't know. I need to look up on the extent of what that injury is because I'm sure everybody has blisters. I just never known someone to miss a game. It must be really, really bad. Let's just put it like that. Red Sox mystery catcher Carlos Navarez was a late scratch from the lineup today for undisclosed reasons. Now, manager Alex Cora was very vague in this press conference and in giving details to the media, stating that he only felt the change was for the best, leading to speculation regarding a potential disciplinary matter. I'm going to have to look into that and see what's going on and have you guys updated. So you don't want to miss that. That'll probably be for the next show. We'll talk about that maybe Friday if it's significant. If it's just, player to player discipline, that's one thing. But if this dude's got some legal issues, we are here for it. All right. Dodgers giant contract. The headlines are still buzzing over Kyle Tucker's monster 4-year, $240 million deal with the Dodgers. A move that solidifies their status as the evil empire of the West. 240 is insane. Let's move on. Let's move on. I just really, they play a lot of the games. Let's be clear. They clearly earn the money, but I'm just like 204. That's money that I can't even imagine counting. And I wonder how much of that is actually taxed. I wonder how much it is actually taxed. I guess if you said maybe 10%, but I know it's more than that. And then if they're like the NFL, they have to pay taxes in every city that they play in. So yeah, the O's are back, but it's all about the pesky Dodgers. Oh, not a fan of them, huh, Danny? All right, well, there's that. So listen, some big NFL news for you guys. Well, not really big, but it's just, the draft is coming up in about 3 weeks. We'll probably have an all draft party like we did last year, where we literally have a show that's dedicated just for your individual reactions at the draft. We at least cover the first round and maybe some of the second round, depending on last year. I think we covered all 5 rounds because we kept waiting to see when Shedeur Sanders was going to be taken. And whoa, Nelly. He goes from wearing number 12 to number 2, the same number he's had in Colorado. So his dad was on social media yesterday, hyping him up, praising God, saying he's finally here. And congratulations to Shedeur. He may wear number 2, but he's number 1 for the Browns. And so congratulations to him, QB1 for the 26-27 starting season for the Cleveland Browns. Now, even though this draft is coming up, the Broncos getting Jalen Waddle is a massive swing. Denver acquired wide receiver Jalen Waddle from the Dolphins. Now, in that transaction, Denver sent their 2026 first round pick. Now, they're getting the number 30 pick. They at the bottom of the entire first round. But you don't know, people move around even on draft night. And they're giving up a 2026 third round pick at number 94. And like, wow, he cost a lot. 4th round pick, number 130 to Miami. So they basically gave up all their picks for Jalen Waddle. He better be the answer to everything Sean Payton needs out there. The way they have wheeled and dealt this whole dynasty of an acquisition. You guys know that Buffalo has already secured DJ Moore. His papers are signed as well. Steelers got Michael Pittman Jr. from the Colts. Did you guys know that? 3 years, $59 million extension. Veteran wideout. And Monty from the Lions, David Montgomery, is going to be getting a 4th round pick for him. This is going to give assets to Detroit some kind of way. I don't know what a 4th round could actually be for them, but there's that. Surprisingly, y'all, there are a lot of free agents that are still out there. Now, we'll probably talk about that a little bit more in depth on Friday night, because I'm trying to see if one that I heard was a possibility of being signed gets signed before I give the list of people. But these are some heavy hitters, and they are still unsigned. Now, some people that were free agents that did sign: Kenneth Walker III, 3 years, $43 million for the Chiefs. Yes, the Chiefs. Trey Hendrickson, 4 years, $112 million, $60 million guaranteed for the defense. Jalen Phillips, my Panthers, you got it. 4 years, $120 million. And Gardner Minshew, 1 year, $5.75 million deal with the Arizona Cardinals. So now the NFL owners met in Phoenix this week and approved several historic changes that will take effect for this season. Let me adjust my hat. Then it says, go Redskins team commanders. If healthy, I wish they played in the easy NFC South. You know what? The Commanders used to be my team years before we got the Panthers. And the South won't be so easy this season. I don't know if J Train's still on the line or not, but the Commanders have not been that good last season. They were good a couple of seasons ago. So prayers and well wishes for you, Danny. Major league changes, though, guys. The onside kick. You know, we are so sick of hearing that. Teams can now attempt an onside kick at any point in the game, y'all, not just when trailing in the 4th quarter. However, they must declare their intent to try it. So even if they're trying to do that, wouldn't part of the onside kick be the surprise element? Why would you let the other team know you're about to do this? That removes your vantage point. It's just silly. The league's actually officiating department now has expanded power to consult on-field officials and correct clear and obvious mistakes in real time. So no more saying, oh, I know that was a first down. Oh, I know that was a touchdown. Oh, I know that was a catch. And we have to wait till the next day to hear them say, oh, yeah, it really was. And too bad you guys lost the game. It's a wrap. Nope. We're turning it over right there, which should have already been. Why do we have to have these type of rules now come up after people have been complaining about this at least since 2015? At least since 2015 that I can personally attest to. So now, here we are. New rules have also been implemented to modify the receiving team alignment during kickoff, prioritizing player safety. Great. J Train is still with me. Let's see. Hang on, guys. DJ Moore is going to put the Mafia over the top finally. I hope. And he's a former Panther. I'll root for him. Chefs love it. So the Coach Reed is the eatery, obviously. Yeah, he is. Andy Reid. LJ Train is with us. Travis Etienne. 4 years, $52 million with the Saints. And get his name correct. He said he is not Etienne, and neither is his brother. He is now going back to the Bayou State, and he is Etienne, which is how the French and Creole call it. He wants to be correctly pronounced. David Edwards, thank you so much, J Train. 4 years, $60 million. Jay, for the facts for me today. Jay, you must just jump on the show with me, brother. I mean, I'm sitting here solo dolo. Anyway, guys, so the ESPN era begins. As of today, April 1st, ESPN and the Walt Disney Company have officially assumed ownership, y'all, of the NFL network in exchange for a 10% equity stake in ESPN, while Scott Hansen and the Red Zone channel, y'all know that's where you get all your stats, are staying put. The back end operations have fully transitioned. I'm so shocked. Disney be owning everything. The top 5 projections with the draft starting here on April 23rd. Mock drafts are solidifying. Number 1 is projected, of course. We've been talking about him ad nauseum. Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana, is projected to go to the Raiders at number 1. The Jets are projected to get Avril Reese, the linebacker edge out of Ohio State, at number 2. The Cardinals are projected to get David Bailey, the edge out of Texas Tech, at number 3. And the Tennessee Titans at number 4 are projected to get Jeremiah Love, the running back out of Notre Dame. And at number 5, the New York Giants are projected to get Sonny Styles, the linebacker out of Ohio State. All right, guys. So this is our last 15 minutes, 14 minutes. And I'm now transitioning over to the legal segment of our show. Now, let me talk to you guys about some NFL litigation, and then I'll talk to you about Danny's favorite subject. And then I have 2 other items that I'll try to squeeze in if I can. So, in NFL, a fired female NFL referee, y'all probably can already figure out who it is. It's only like 1 or 2. Robin DiLorenzo has officially filed a suit against the league, accusing the NFL of gender-based scrutiny and unfair treatment compared to her male counterparts. And additionally, there is no surprise here, a concussion litigation and equipment lawsuit. The league is facing renewed pressure as concussion rates are increasing and definitely rose last season. The focus has shifted to the legal mandates for face mask technology, with the league looking to improve equipment standards to mitigate liability. I'm just trying to figure out how much thicker can you get these helmets? I mean, seriously, how else can you mitigate any type of? I mean, I know that the helmets are hideous. Let's be clear, but they are protecting them. But what else can they possibly do? They already look like pillows. I just don't know what else. I don't know what else they could do. I mean, unless the hats are deficiently made or not really equipped the way they should be, I just don't know what else could be done. Let's see, guys. Hang on, I just lost my place here. All right, I was trying to find some information about this Robin DiLorenzo lawsuit because before I got on here, I had looked and I didn't see much of anything like other than what I told you guys. But I was trying to figure out how this all started and where it's all coming from. And it's just really weird because the dynamic is just like, I don't remember hearing about this until I was prepping for the show today. And let's see, hang on, because sometimes you have to. Let me go ahead and get Danny's subject over here for Tiger Woods as well. So let's talk about the DiLorenzo lawsuit first. So, she was the first of 3 women, actually. I didn't even realize there was 3. Let me be honest. To officiate the NFL, I knew there were 2. She filed a lawsuit on March 27th. The case is filed in New York, U.S. District Court, which is a federal court. And it alleges that her tenure from 2022 to 2025 was marked by a descent into the grip of a sexist institution. That was the quotes directly from the complaint. The claims include gender-based harassment. The suit describes a training camp incident where a crew chief reportedly told Steelers coach Mike Tomlin that DiLorenzo should be forced to sing in front of everyone like a rookie player. She also alleges being subjected to profanity-laced trash talk and hostility from her superiors. And yeah, J Train. In 2024, despite her years of experience, She claims she was forced under threat to attend a training session for lower level college officials. The lawsuit characterizes this as a male power play intended to humiliate her, noting that no male officials were required to attend, so just females. And then she alleges that a former SVP of officiating, Walter Anderson, pressured her to wear her hair in a ponytail through the back of her hat, specifically to look more feminine and stand out as a token female when reffing instead of. So I think I know who this lady is now. And she was fired in February of 2025 out of retaliation, is what she's alleging, saying her dismissal was based on tainted evaluations created by the same individuals who discriminated against her. She's actually seeking to be reinstated as a referee, as an NFL official, and she's requesting unspecified compensatory and punitive damages for emotional and reputational harm. So let's be clear. Let me break that down for you guys. So we may not have a chance to get the Tiger. I'm gonna try to. We're probably not gonna come back to that concussion lawsuit tonight. I'm gonna hop over to Tiger so I can get that out of the way. And you know what? B told me this is the last show of the night, so I may go a little bit past 10 o'clock because I do want to talk about this. So, of course, the NFL says this lawsuit is baseless. When you're looking for compensatory and punitive damages, there's two ways to prove those. The compensatory is just what it is, compensation. It's the financial part of money that she has lost now that she's been fired, now that she's unemployed. She's not making the money she was making as an NFL official. The punitive damages are usually where it comes in this emotional and reputational harm. It's like emotional damage, mental damage, kind of the equivalent of pain and suffering without the physical element, but the emotional standpoint, the fact that she was sad or depressed or things like that. And so that is what we're looking at. Yeah, thank you, J-Train. So here's a comment. Danny says, so she was in for 3 years. Robin was, and the rumors are that she was sent men's clothing to officiate and was asked or told to let her ponytail hang out so they would know it was a woman. Now, see, I to be sent men's clothing, I mean, I didn't notice a difference in their uniforms. They all look the same when they're reffing, but the ponytail thing is crazy. I mean, even the men's clothing is crazy because in this day and age, I don't know. So this is my thing. If she was fired and she felt like it was retaliation, she's most definitely entitled to the compensatory. The punitive damages are what's a little more difficult to prove. Now, if they can prove, especially with witness or under oath or some type of affidavit, or if they have some type of evidence to show that these allegations about the men's clothing and wearing a ponytail are true, then she's proven her punitive damages, because that is absolutely humiliating. If you're not going to accept a female as an officiant, you should not hire them. And in this day and age, women are just as qualified in a lot of positions as men. And you know what? That reminds me, I need to get my good friend on here, Natola Hawthorne, who is the first female officiant in Georgia. She was on my show about 18 months ago. I should get her on here real soon so we could talk about this specific case, because I'm sure she will have a lot to add to this discussion. Danny got the facts for her. She made $205,000 a year. So she's definitely proven her compensatory damages. And now we're going into a new season, because if she got fired last February, she just filed a lawsuit in March. She made sure that she missed an entire year of income. And she wants to be restated. So she's like, listen, you're not going to pay me just to go away. I want my job back. And you're going to pay me back pay. And you're going to pay me for emotional damage and the humiliation of having let me go. So, this is going to be This is going to be very, very interesting because um y'all know how the NFL is. They have a lot of money until they don't. They'll probably settle for an undisclosed amount, but I will be your girl and make sure I give you the facts. Fast forward to another prominent figure. This one, my age, about to be 51 in June. Excuse me, let me get this last comment Danny said about this. Three sides to every story, as we know. Dear your side, their side, and the truth. Will the truth ever come out? Probably not. It's going to be settled for an undisclosed amount, Danny. Watch what I tell you. Tiger Woods is acting real out of character. First, in the 90s into 2000s, he was Cheetah Woods, having an affair on his wife, of course, divorced, and has not been the same ever since. Now, Tiger has had a lot of physical injuries and ailments, I should say, over the years. Even though golf is a relaxing sport, it's taxing on the body. You know, the curvature of the back. Tiger is probably now, I'm just hypothesizing here. This is all opinions. Nothing I say is factual. I'm not a practicing attorney. I'm not a medical doctor. Everything is my opinion. I'm just like you, and I just give my opinion. The curvature of his back and all that degenerative, aging disease of the joints, it happens. Tiger's 50. I'm 51. Tiger's about to be 51. Like, it happens. Tiger is out of the cage, guys. My goodness. He was preparing for the Masters tournament in Augusta, the National, as a matter of fact. He's always there. He's been trying to make a comeback for several years now. But now, he was training, trying to get on with the team, to make an appearance. It's just, some of his buddies were out there speaking because the full schedule is now up in the air for Tiger. He's had his brand. He's had all kind of stuff. And unfortunately, Tiger has now had another run-in with the law. I was trying to build y'all up to that without coming out and saying it. You guys will remember back in 2022, Tiger flipped his car. It looked like in a residential neighborhood. He was okay. Almost lost his leg. They were talking about him having to have his leg amputated. Got through that. Came on back. Then this week, as of today, as a matter of fact, he announced today he will be stepping away from preparation for the Masters to seek treatment following another car crash and a subsequent arrest in Florida. Now, Floridian police, they arrested him on suspicion of driving under the influence after his SUV clipped a trailer and rolled over. Now, they said that he did a breathalyzer and he passed it, but he was still acting very lethargic and he did not consent to a blood or urinalysis test. And in some states, that's an automatic DUI. If it's the same, like in North Carolina, if you don't want to blow, you just go to jail. You're going to be booked on a DUI. He did plead not guilty on Tuesday to the DUI charge. Sheriff's report indicated that deputies found 2 pain pills in his pocket and that he did show signs of impairment at the scene. I already told y'all he's probably in a lot of pain, y'all. He's been playing golf his entire life. We are all getting older. I'm hurting right now. I had shoulder surgery. I'm not even an athlete, not now. But, I've done some sports as a kid. Tiger's been doing this his whole life, and it's taking a toll on his body. So, he's seeking treatment. He's confirmed that he will miss the entire 2026 Masters to prioritize his recovery. And this marks the second straight year that he's going to be absent from the Augusta National. I got some more arrests to tell you guys about, but I just don't have time to go through all of them. Memphis Grizzlies forward Brandon Clark was arrested in Arkansas today. Charges of trafficking a controlled substance, fleeing and speeding from law enforcement. And he was already ruled out for the Grizzlies for the remainder of the season anyway. Now he's running for the police. Rashid Rice, you guys remember him? He's already had some issues with law enforcement. Well, now he's got new domestic violence allegations that have surfaced this year. Experts suggest that if these lead to criminal charges, it would violate his 5-year probation from that previous case, potentially leading to his incarceration. I tell you guys, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit. I think that's all I really have time for. I'm going to save a lot of this for another show because I will have an opportunity to follow up anyway. I hope that you guys have the most amazing night. It's been absolutely fun. Thanks, Danny and J Train, for hanging around the duration of the show and making sure that I was engaging and having an opportunity to talk to everybody. And I really just appreciate everything that you guys have done tonight. I appreciate the love and the likes for everyone. And we will see you guys on Friday. And also make sure you stay tuned on this channel for all the big shows. And with that, I wish everyone the most blessed April ahead. Good night.